Hello, this is a brief introduction on how to set up and use Camtasia to record a class. I'm also going to briefly introduce you to the use of LiveScribe and a PDF recording. What you see on the screen here is a class I'm about to record, just some PowerPoint. In addition, there is the recorder bar, which of course is running right now. I will point out that in this I have made sure that the cursor is highlighted, and you'll notice that the cursor is actually a red arrow, and before setting this up I set it up so it would do so. I also make sure I'm using the microphone. This is quite important. You don't want to use the microphone that comes with the laptop. You also don't want to use a headset, otherwise you'll sound like Darth Vader as you breathe when you're not talking. I've used a desk-mounted microphone. I use the Samsung Go mic, which only costs $40. It's a USB mic. It mounts on the desk. I'm not near it. My mouth right now is about a foot away from it, and I can get even further away from it and you can hear the audio from it. Right now I'm 2 yards away from the microphone. So I suggest using a microphone like that. I've also set up the Camtasia to only record part of the screen. You'll see why in a moment. Okay, so what you're going to do is ahead of time put your slide into PowerPoint mode, into presentation mode. Oops, it's coming up on the wrong screen. Slideshow. Show on primary monitor. Okay. So here is the in presentation mode. I would generally, you see these black bars on the sides? I would generally resize the screen, the recorded area, and you can do this before you start the recording, so as to record only the actual central part of the screen where the presentation is. The other thing I'll do, and this is very important and quite valuable, is set my pointer options, arrow options, visible, not automatic. This leaves the cursor on all the time. If you don't do this, the cursor disappears after you don't move it for about 5 seconds or so. And this is very annoying because you don't know where you left it, and thus you have to move the mouse around to find it again. And the students were complaining about random mouse movements. So I would set up Camtasia, do my voiceover to the videos while animating things, and then at the end I would hit stop on the recording bar or hit the appropriate function key to end the recording. And then I would do save and edit on the recording. After that is done, you'll see a screen like this. This is the Camtasia editing tool. And here you see the screenshot, and down here is the audio. I'd actually look at this bar to make sure that I had good audio, and I wouldn't have good audio if I forgot to switch to the external microphone versus using the internal microphones. We then need to produce and share that, and what was recommended to me was as follows. So I don't suggest you edit this at all, by the way. You might want to go through the audio track to eliminate ums and ers. If you don't have too many of them, don't bother with it. Just edit it. It's painful. So it's a lot quicker just to produce and share. So when it comes up to produce and share, you end up with this studio production wizard. I would use custom production settings. I would use MP4/Flash. And then the nice thing in production custom settings is you would get this option, that is produce with a controller. I would click yes to produce with a controller. This way you get not just the MP4 file, but an HTML page which can be used to control the playback of the MP4. This gives you two options then. You could just upload the MP4 to a site such as YouTube, so they can play it back from YouTube, or you could upload it with the other files that were produced, including the HTML file, to a different site. They then click on the HTML file in order to play back the video. Going to next here. Here you want to edit HTML options, or this is the title that goes on the web page. Right. Then go to next. You want to give it a name that's appropriate, of course, where you want to put it. And notice it's producing a number of files as well as the MP4. It's going to produce these other files to help play it, including the HTML file that becomes the player. If I click finish here, it'd go off and produce the video. I don't want to do that in this case. The other thing that's important is when you do save and edit, make sure you upload it as a 720p file. That gives you the maximum resolution that can go into most players. So that's the basics of how to use Camtasia. Camtasia also offers a number of training videos. Since I rarely bothered much to edit the video, I didn't have to deal with the other training aspects that much. The other thing I want to briefly show you is a pencast. There's a company called LiveScribe which produces a pen and paper which you can record a voiceover while writing on the paper. I would use this to give illustrated examples for use in the class. Of course, another way you can do this is with a tablet. So here's an example. Here I've got a design example, design of an FSM, and the thing is, this comes with the player. Students can play this back.
Going to have another example here. This example is designing with a finite state machine.
I'm not sure why you can't hear me. I can't hear me. Oops, that's why.
This revises a number of points related to design.
Anyway, there's a voiceover that comes with this, and students can go faster through this if they want. The nice thing is it's just like being in a classroom going through an example on the board, except it's recorded for posterity.
The arbiter tells which unit can send with a clear descend signal.
I would use this to give additional examples. I would use this to explain aspects of the project.
The algorithm I want the arbiter to use is as follows.
Examples. So that's just a brief introduction on recording and Camtasia, and a few tips that were useful to me. I hope that was useful to you. Thank you very much.